What's up everyone, and welcome to this preview that I've actually gotten for the beta of Pokemon Black and White 3, which you can see here as being nicknamed Pokemon Black and Blue, and you'll see that it is actually still keeping the theme of the Unova Pokemon because it's Pokemon Black and White 3. It's actually being taken over by a new company this time around, not really Game Freak, and that is actually PETA. Not PETA Malark from the Hunger Games, but PETA, the People's Entertainment Tool Assistance Agency, because that is what they are. So, we got a little bit of a backstory to the game, but we don't care about that part. You'll immediately notice the difference in the graphic style of the game. Like I said, this is a beta, so obviously it's still in the works. There's still a lot of stuff missing to it, but in this game, new feature, you actually battle the trainers in the game. So, here we have Chiren. He was the gym leader before, now he's actually the champion of the region, and we start out with Pikachu for this beta, so we're going to take him out with our Thunder Shock. We got to hit him hard. But he is doing quite a number on us, and as you can see, Pikachu, his sprite, they changed it up. They're actually giving him a little bit of jagged ear there, so we're going to use our attack Group Hug, brand new move for this generation. It's a new TM actually, which you can pick up from the new place. It's called google.com. You can pick it up from there. It's a new area in the game, so we're going to use Thunder Shock now that we boosted or lowered his defense. We can actually kill him a lot easier, but he's got, you know, it's a pretty hard game actually. So far I've seen that at least this beta, I don't know, I just feel that it's a little bit harder compared to some of the Pokemon games. And obviously they are taking a little bit of a more mature approach to this game, with it, you know, having blood and such, and probably going to be having an M rating rather than the usual E20+ rating. So now we have a Tepig, which we are going to name appropriately for its chopped off ears here. We're going to name it Piggy Woo. That's going to be his name. Piggy Woo is going to go on an adventure with Pikachu. So you'll see the new graphic style. It's a lot more anime-like, sort of like the actual anime of Pokemon. There's some nice heart-shaped sort of traps here, which still keep, you know, the cuteness factor of the game. It's always got to have that cute factor. So little heart-shaped bear traps, even though I don't think there's any bears around here per se. But let's go ahead and open up this treasure chest, and we get a video. DLC for Pokemon Black and White 4 here. This is what we're seeing. We have Lillipup there, and then obviously that's the new League of Legends champion. So let's go ahead and continue on with the game. The sound has actually been turned off, and I don't know why. I've turned it back on. A little bit of a glitch there when we get the DLC. So our next opponent for this beta is actually going to be Professor Juniper. But now that we have more Pokemon, let's just go ahead and use Group Hug on her to lower her defenses. You'll see that I don't know, I'm not sure, I guess I'll give my opinion now. I'm not sure on the approach they're taking here with Pokemon. I feel like, you know, the maturity aspect of it is pretty cool. Just the fact that they're reaching out to new audiences with making the game a little bit more mature, obviously. But I don't know, I don't think it'll do that well, honestly. I think a lot of people will be angry about this. I'm really not sure, but we're going to send in Piggy Woo here, and hopefully he's going to be able to do quite a bit here. Of course, we have a female Pokemon, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem, because I hear that this new company, PETA, that's running Pokemon, the new game, I don't know, I hear they like to use naked girls on their advertisements a lot of the time, so I guess they're not as well treated with the females, I guess. I don't really know. If it were up to me, though, I'd put just a bunch of naked dudes on the signs, but I guess that's just me. Probably not everyone likes naked dudes. Naked girls are fine, though, because that's just what society loves. Naked girls, no naked dudes. But anyway, we took out Professor Juniper, and now we have a Snivy in our party, which has a syringe attached to its head. So we are going to appropriately name it Engine, which I don't know if that's spelled correctly, but he's a dude in Crash Bandicoot, and I love that game, and he's got a rockets on his head. So we've got a new DLC here. We actually unlock Mudkip. But we can't use him on our team, so we get a desktop wallpaper. That's a pretty nice prize that we get, and also a wild Snorlax. So we have to move on, and next up we're going to have a battle against Getsis, who is wearing a nice robe. You can tell he's obviously not, he's not as rich as the other characters in this game. Obviously, can't afford, he does have a pitchfork though. Ooh, Electrocution. That is a nice new powerful attack. Not sure that it's that good though. So let's go ahead and use Shame here. As you can see, the new game, it likes to break the fourth wall a little bit, bring out real life items, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that either. I personally not a big fan of a lot of the new stuff they brought in, but there's still some pretty cool stuff in it. So let's go ahead and send back Pikachu. I would have liked it if we could have nicknamed Pikachu here, but I guess they don't want you to do that in this game. So zap him with a Thunderbolt. That is super effective indeed. But Pikachu actually surviving the bear trap. Pretty cool stuff. We cannot use Thunder Shock, however. We've run out of PP, so let's go for Group Hug and lower his defenses so that hopefully Snivy can take it out. Engine the Snivy. His defenses are going to fall. We're still trapped, so Getsis is actually going to take us out with the Dr. Mundo Spear. So let's go ahead and send out Engine now and go for a Mega Drain. Pretty good attack, so hopefully that'll take him out. And it does. So there we go. We defeated Getsis now. And we get Oshawott. I think the final team member. So we're going to appropriately name him Skinhead. That is what he is. Because obviously his head is this bottom part here. And the top part's not his head. We know what the real head is. So we've got one more piece of DLC. Let's open that up. It is a set of trading cards. Which you can actually download now. And I would not recommend showing up with these trading cards at an actual tournament. They're probably not going to do you too well. I heard the new card, though, is pretty OP, but if you do get caught, you'll probably be banned from the tournament. So, finally, we have Ash Ketchum here, the final trainer in this game, but you'll see Pikachu is actually defying the laws of death and being alive while having 0 HP. You should be fainted right now, Pikachu, but I'm sure that you're a pretty good Pokemon, so defying the laws of death here. That's not unusual for a Pokemon game, however. Obviously, rather than Nintendo logic, though, this time we have PETA logic, which is the fact that Ash Ketchum apparently treated Pikachu very badly, even though the Pokemon anime has been proven to show that Ash actually loves Pikachu, and goes as far as to carry him throughout 4 different regions. Actually 5 now, so obviously Ash is a hater of Pikachu. You can tell by the many times in many episodes he has shown love for Pikachu. So, Skinhead actually going down quite low here, but I'm pretty sure that we can take this guy out with a water gun. One more will take him out, but the Whiplash that might just take us out, it does not. So, I think this game is taking a toll on my health though, so let's go for a protein shake. That does not do too well, so Skinhead unfortunately going to fall. Let's send in our last Pokemon, Engine, and take it out with a Bullhorn. See you later, Ash. Actually, that doesn't even affect him, so that's kind of unfortunate. Whoa, Engine taking a lot of damage there. Let's go for a Mega Drain and take this guy out this time, because we do not want to die. Oh boy, it's not very effective. We might just die here. I hope we don't. Oh, man. And Engine is down, so unfortunately, that is going to end our adventure in Pokemon Black and White 3. Actually, if you hit continue, the game actually gives you a second chance, so what are we going to do this time around? And we actually take down Ash this time around with the help of Skinhead coming back to life, because apparently this game is actually quite easy after all, and if you just hit continue, your Pokemon all come back to life. And of course we have the best Pokemon of all, Slowpoke. We have now saved the Pokemon. In the end, we have crushed the trainer's resistance, and we have saved the world from the forces of evil that is Aku. Honestly though, I have no idea why PETA has created this game. It is a really dumb move. Pokemon has always been about befriending them, making them your friends, caring about them, training them, and just basically being a good person to Pokemon and animals, so I have no idea why they've actually pulled this, but I don't know. Let me know what you think of this in the comments section below. If you want to check out the game yourself and somehow protest against PETA wanting to ruin Pokemon, then I'll leave a link down below. I don't know what you can do about it, but I personally will always be a Pokemon lover, and so this is just kind of a dumb thing that PETA has done. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys when Pokemon Black and White 4 comes out.